This is West Point Steve. We are going to go with a submission for AGDQ 2021 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue-Palooza. This is a fan-made game. It's a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the story run. And so a lot of new stuff has happened since the Retrothon marathon of this game. So we'll just hop right onto it and we'll go. Alright, so here we go. So this game is got two settings, story and arcade. The story mode is the main run, so you get an idea of what the story is all about. And what we're gonna see here is we're gonna start off with a tutorial and learn all the moves in the game. And most of the moves in the game come from the various NES games that they've made. So the fan-made game has taken all these different turtle games and meshed it into one. So we'll see a lot of different turtle games throughout the whole run here. All right, so the first one, as you can see, as I'm hitting with Leo, he's doing the normal slash, and that's from Turtles 2, and most of the stuff that you'll see is from Turtles 2 and Turtles 3 for his moves. So his character is built off the Turtles 2 character, as you can see, and so it's pretty well made game so far. Alright, so as you can see, we're just going through a tutorial learning all the moves of the game, and that's what you have to do with the story mode. You just have to do this. As you can see, we're doing a special slash right now from the Turtles 2 game. And we're also allowed to run, and that's going to be able to help us a little bit throughout the game. We're doing the attack from Turtles 3 right now. There it is, done. Alright, and then finally, I think it's one more. Yep, it's the special attack from Turtles 3 for Leonardo. So when you start off, you just doing a solo run that you're gonna just be Leonardo to start off the tutorial. And to make things easy for us, we are going to play the first stage, the ship stage, with Leonardo. And so the premise of this game, the fan-made game here, so the premise of this game is that Shredder has kidnapped every single person that they can think of, and all of the turtle friends. And so the turtles are off to hunt down their friends and save them. And so here we go. Turtles 1 right there makes an appearance. Get a nice little selection character here that looks like the back of the box when you buy the Turtles from back in the day. It's pretty cool. Ship stage is from Turtles 3. And so if you've ever played Turtles 3, it should be very familiar that this is that stage. Alright, so a couple of things going on here. Turtles are not the best characters in this game. Let's just be completely honest there. This is the only time I'll use a turtle in any stage. Okay? And so we're going to use that. We're going to pick up that gun for the next part here. This will take 10 shots, so it will go a lot quicker than hitting them with the special slash. But the same idea applies with the turtles, like in the Turtles 2 and Turtles 3 games, where the special slash kills the foot soldiers immediately versus not killing them immediately. So utilizing that to our advantage, and also utilizing the gun whenever we get this gun for the turtle here, because it'll take out these guys a little bit quicker than trying to hit them all at once. And it also moves a little bit faster to get these guys. And so there we go. You can get that last one there. Alright, so here we go. The first boss fight is Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. And so we're just going to hit them with normal slashes the entire time, because it will actually go faster hitting them with normal slashes. And so that's what we're doing here. And we're just going to hack away, hack away, hack away. And we'll use a special every once in a while to get more hits off of them. But right now, Dirtbag's in a position where I can't get touched by him. So we're just going to play it right there. There goes Dirtbag. And then all we got to do is just get rid of Ground Chuck. And we're going to take advantage of him sitting here. And he gave me good RNG right at the end, so he stood around so he can take him out. So it was a good stage overall. One of my best stages there. So now we're going to move on to Dojo. And the reason why we went to ship first is so that we can get we could get Dirtbag because his special is very important in this game. We're running the 1.1.0 version of the game, and in this version of the game, the specials for Shredder and Dirtbag do multiple hits. So um, instead of just one hit using a special, we are able to get many hits with their special. Actually, the most hits out of any special in the entire game, and which is very helpful because you'll see I'll utilize the special every once in a while to get rid of enemies faster. And so here we go. This is the dojo from Turtles 2. If anybody's familiar with Turtles 2, the dojo stage is by far the worst, and there's a good use of the special right there. That's actually a new strat that I've been working on there with trying to get the his laser beam attack to work. Now here's the other thing that comes up in every couple stages is the ooze. The ooze will help us get bigger and take out enemies a little bit faster. The damage on that is a lot better than the damage as just normal Dirtbag. And so there we go. We take out the tigers here. If you're familiar with this game, with TMNT 2, Dojo has these tigers, but they're a lot slower than in this game than they are in Turtles 2. Again, more scorpions. So we get 2 rounds of scorpions, unlike the Turtles 2 game where you get 1 round and they suck terribly. Anyway, we're doing these guys right here and just trying to get these guys lined up together is the best strat. And as you can see, I tried to get the special again, but it didn't go for it that time. And so we just hack away and hope for the best there. Alright, so these guys take 2 damage from Dirtbag. Every character in the game has certain damage that they can produce on enemies, and so you'll see that some enemies will be able to take out certain enemies with less hits. So like this group here takes 3 hits, whereas some enemies, some characters that are playable in the game will take 2 because they provide more damage to these characters here, these enemies. So we're facing Tatsu right now. Tatsu is from Hyperstone Heist, and he's just jumping around like crazy, and he'll get these foot soldiers in here, and they can take up some time, and they are doing that right now as I'm doing this, as I'm showing this run. This was improvement from my world record paces from about a year ago. This game came out in 2019, and so I've been featuring it in a couple of speed runs recently. And there's the first use of the use of the spot glitch. Is basically easy setup, and we'll do it a couple more times to get used to this. But here we go. Shogun fight is the next thing that we're doing. We're going to try to get a couple of specials on him, and because of the fact that I die here in a second, we're going to die. And when you die, you refill your special bar, which is the green bar below your person there. And when you fill up your green bar, you can really use your special all the time. So if you die, and you'll see how I'll exploit this later in the game. If I die or fall off the ledge of something, it will replenish my green bar. And so we'll exploit that later in the run. But the reason why we do dojo is so we get the strongest character in the game, which is Shogun. Shogun's got the biggest reach out of the whole game, and it's also one of the strongest characters. So he will take out these players with ease. However, don't use the special. His special is actually one of the worst specials in the game, and so we will not use his special at all throughout this whole run. Okay, so the 2 main characters we're going to use throughout the game are Dirtbag and Shogun, and we are going to try to get these guys. Now this second stage here is the street. It's going to be broken up into 2 different segments. It's broken up into a Turtle 2 stage, as you can see. This is from Turtles 2, the arcade game. And then, don't hit the girl, by the way. If you hit the girl, then you have to fight the girl, and that takes up a bunch of time. And there's the spot glitch again. spots glitch again, all you do is you do a jump hit animation and right before if the screen freezes, and when you do that, you hit the hit button right away. And if you hit the hit button right away, um, you will jump into your spot and then you'll be able to get out of it. And so that is something that was found in actually Retrothon as I was playing, just messing around as the run was, we were having fun with the run for Retrothon this past Retrothon. Um, Noticed that that worked every time that I was doing it, and so I was like, hey, we just developed a new strat for these stages where you can get out of it. And if you can get out of that spot that you're supposed to go to, you can set yourself up for every boss fight in the game, which means you can save seconds and it will save lots of time throughout the whole run, as you can see. So world record progression has helped because of this, and so we are showing the world record run right now and how this game is played. Alright, so here we go. We are now in the Turtles 3 version of Street. So after we've fought Tempestra, who can basically waste a ton of time in this run with her RNG, but she gave us pretty decent RNG, so it wasn't that bad. However, this stage here, this half of the stage, we will fight the Triceratons, and the Triceratons will give us either good RNG or really, really bad RNG or pretty decent. There's three of them that you have to fight, and what you'll notice is that in this game, I like to group the guys together because the grouping of boss fights, if there's two or more boss enemies that you have to fight, you want to try to get them to group as much as you can, because if you don't group them, it becomes a lost cause. And there's the spot glitch again right there. So I'm going to set myself up so I don't have to run over and fight them right away. I can start swinging and hitting, and that actually saves a good little bit of time just by doing that little strat there that we just did. As you can see, I'm grouping them together so I can hit all three of them, and right now they're giving me good RNG by being all together like so, and that was one of the best fights I've had in a while with them. And so we saved a couple seconds there, and it's due to the fact that we can actually set up that fight easier now. Alright, so every 3 stages we have to do a bonus stage, and this by far is the fastest one with the skateboard. The Foot Clan is going to throw away pizzas, and so we're going to pick up pizzas from here. Anytime we pick up a bunch of pizzas, I think it's like about 5 or 6 pizzas is when we get another extra life. I'll have an extra life almost every time, like 2 or 3 at the end of this little section here. And by the end of the game, I can have up to almost 20 lives at the end of the game. Alright, so the next stage we're going to go to is construction, and this is based off of one of the turtle games from the Game Boy Advance. And so here we go. We're doing this stage. So this stage here has Toka and Raja from Turtles 3 as the boss fight, but we'll have a mid boss fight here coming up with Cement Man, and Cement Man can give us some pretty decent RNG or some good RNG. It's usually pretty decent for the most part, but if we can get the one best version where he just stands in one spot, that will be the ideal situation. As you can see, we can see some barrels from Turtles 2 given in here. We see some of the same characters from Turtles 2 are used a ton of here, and there's the spot glitch again. Now, I found something out here is if I walk into that path, I actually get hit a lot, and I mean a lot. So when Shredder pops out right there, you want to get out of position, but you want to go where Cement Man goes, and Cement Man goes right where this spot is. And so what we're trying to do is trying to be far enough away where he'll throw and you won't get hit, but it's not working out. But he's not giving us too bad RNG, so we're just hacking away here. And there we go, there's Cement Man, he's done. Alright, moving along, here's the only little boost that we'll get coming up here in the game, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. discovered this one by accident, just messing around one time in the game. But this actually gives you a little bit of boost, and I'll tell you why here in a second. So there's going to be a barrel here, right here, and you're going to jump and get hit by the barrel when it explodes, and it actually pushes you farther away than you need to be. Normally you would actually be in a spot where you have the cliff there and the barrel, and the foot soldiers will jump down from the cliff. But since we set it up that way and get that little boost, they'll spring us forward and past where we need to be. um, and I didn't get the spot glitch that time. I did not jump fast enough, and so since it pushes you off to the side there, it actually makes the foot soldiers just come off all together on screen, on the left side of the screen, and then you just take them out really with ease. So here's Toka and Raja. They are going to they're probably one of the worst tandems in the game. You most likely will die, as I just did there. More times, I will not survive the fight because of the fact that they're pretty strong characters. But anyway, as you can see, I'm getting a time save here, and there was a good time save there. All right, now we're going to the rooftop. This is another stage where we're going to use Dirtbag because he's a little bit quicker than Shogun, and his special works very well on these side scrollers. So here we go. So this is familiar from Turtles 1. This stage looks like this. A lot of enemies in this stage is from Turtles 1 to start off. So we're doing some little platforming right now, trying to get some damage boost as possible. Try not to get hit, because if you fall in the pit, it's like the worst thing ever. But I use a special right here, and the reason for that is because you have a little balloon flying up over there on the side, and you have to wait for that balloon to fly over before the Mecha Turtle comes. So if you use the special and then just zip across, the special stays on screen until you get what you need for that fight coming up. All right, so now remember, Mecha Turtles in two forms in Turtles 1. So we face the first one. In the background, if you notice the background's from Turtles 3. Where the big foot electrical fence thing is back there from Turtles 3. Alright, here we go. Mecha Turtles down. Now we're going to go into Turtles 2, back from the sewers. And I messed up. There's a little platforming glitches you can do in this stage, like that one right there. There we go. There's usually 2 that you can set up, and there's a third right there. The first one I didn't get. The other 2 I did. But every time you fall off a ledge, your green bar refills. And so when you take advantage of the green bar refilling, and there's a level called the van where we'll take advantage of that here shortly. Okay, we're going to fight Slash here, and this is Slash from Turtles 3, taking me out there. Take the death so I can now use another special on him, and he's down. And that was a good stage. I mean, not the best platforming there, but it was better than what I've done recently. Alright, now we're off to Dimension X. Okay, Dimension X has a little bit of mixture of like the dinosaur stage in Turtles 4, and a little bit of Turtles Hyperstone Heist, a little bit there. It's got a little bit of mixture there going on, but it also has enemies from the other Turtle game, from Game Boy Advance. So it has some of these enemies here, these rock men from that game. Again, going to take care of these guys on the gunners, and they're pretty easy. Now we got these Krang enemies here, where we'll see Krang pop up, and if you hit these guys just right as you juggle them, Krang doesn't pop out. If you do it like 5 hits in there, you might have a Krang pop out of there, but if you juggle it, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here we go, taking out these enemies here. Gonna knock this rock guy off. Anybody who falls off the ledges die in one swing. So that's what I'm gonna do here with these guys. I'm gonna take these guys down like that. You stand for a little bit, and there we go. That's what they do. They charge you, and then they jump off the ledge. Alright, coming now to the we're gonna get to the Foot Cruiser here. Foot Cruiser is a very simple mini boss here, and then we'll actually get to another mini boss right after this, Anthrax. So foot cruiser, take a whole bunch of hacks right at the beginning, and then when the blows up, you take out these 4 guys at once, and then we're going to do the glitch. There's the glitch again. So now I'm setting myself up for the fight, whereas if I was standing in the spot that I needed to be, I would have to get to Anthrax and fight him, but now I can set myself up where I want to be for the fight, and this has been like a huge breakthrough in this game on what you can do. And so if Anthrax does this, where he throws his axe the entire time and tries to hit you from a distance, that's the best. And now I'm going to do the spot glitch again, and now I'm out of it, and I'm just going to stand right here so I can get to the UFO looking thing from Turtles 3. So now we're going to go in there. Now we're going to go into the UFO stage in Turtles 4, and we're going to go backwards a little bit here. Here's the first time we'll see Roadkill Rodneys. Roadkill Rodneys will come in 4s, and most of the time we could get about 3 out of the 4 lined up together. It's really hard to do. They're all RNG based, and I'm going to pick this one up just to get these guys taken out really quickly. It actually moves a little bit faster than Shogun himself, but it's also kind of funny to watch Shogun in one of these huge things anyway. But then after a while we lose it, so the goal is to actually try to get that segment done right there before the Shredder leaves. I've had segments before where I've gotten the Shredder to leave even after those foot soldiers, and there we go. Okay, so the ice sprayers from Turtles 2, here we go. The strat is just going up and down along this thing here and just wait for them to pop up. And if you do that, that's it. That's all you got to do is just take them out. But here is the spot glitch again. Gonna set up Granitor and Trog, and the goal is again is to try to get both enemies together, and I did immediately. That was great RNG from Trog, and now both of them are not even hitting me. So something interesting about this game is that it also uses the ideas from Turtles 3, where if you're up or down below a certain enemy in certain pixels, you can still hit them, and so it's pretty crazy how that even works. So as you can see, I'm a minute ahead of my previous best. My previous best was 56:57 at the time, and there's a lot of time save that can be done in this game still. I wouldn't be surprised if I even pushed world record pace on in a live run in a marathon, because this run here is a 56:30, and there's still more that could be done to this run. It could go a lot faster. It could go to a 55, maybe to even a 54. So I played this a lot during the month of May and June, after Retrothon, to get this to see how fast this game could actually go, and we realized that this game could go a lot faster than what we originally had thought. Alright, so this is the snow level from Turtles 2. If you're familiar with Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES, there's the Pizza Hut. This stage here is actually not a hard stage. It's got a lot of things from Turtles 2 in here. If you didn't notice, a lot of enemies from Turtles 2 were used in this game, in the making of this game. And you'll see some enemies from Turtles 3 as well. And as you can see, I also picked up the ooze again to make me large. It takes out enemies with ease. Just seriously, one hit, they jump in, bam, done. And then that's it for that section. Now we just gotta wait for this chopper to go by, and we'll actually be facing that chopper here in a second as a little sub boss before the boss fight. As the boss fight is Tora, and so that's the boss fight in this stage here. And so there's the snowman again from Turtles 2, and then the snowman that gives you the worst RNG in this stage. And then you got these nice lovely ice blocks falling. They're completely random. It's all completely random on those ice blocks. So getting hit by one, I wasn't surprised there. But you try to beat it as fast as you can, try to go by. But here comes the pogo copter. And here's the pogo copter. The pogo copter won't last very long. It usually does this little thing. It doesn't fight you very well. So Shredder knocks out, boom. You'll also notice that throughout the game you'll hear certain voice characters and actors who did the voices of the turtles and such from the cartoon series. And Shredder's one of them. If you're familiar with the actor who played Uncle Phil, his voice will make an appearance here and throughout this game because he was the voice of Shredder. So, little time save here in the park stage. Definitely think that stage could go a little bit faster. But here we go. We're going to the beach next. The beach is from Turtles 3, from the NES version of Turtles 3. And so, again, we're picking Shogun. So as you notice that the two common characters I'm picking are Shogun and Dirtbag. And like I said, Dirtbag is useful in stages where I need to use his special. And right now, Shogun is just, he can just handle enemies with ease without the use of a special. Because his, like I said, his damage is one of the best in the game. He takes out enemies quickly with just his normal hit move. And there is the ooze again, the ooze capsule. The cool thing is, the ooze capsule can actually get knocked away by an enemy. If an enemy runs over it, it will disappear. And so the worst thing that could happen is not get it at all, because he's actually very useful to have in most cases, if used the best way, is what I'm trying to say there. Alright, so as you can see, this stage goes by really quickly. This is not a long stage. We're going to face against Armagon. And Armagon was from Turtles Street Fighter. I mean, not Turtles Street Fighter. Tournament Fighters. So you'll see some enemies from even that game as well. You'll see some boss fights that will have Turtles Tournament Fighters, which is a classic game for the NES and the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. Alright. So I'm going to set up over here on the far right here. And Armagon's going to... He's going to come out right here and exactly where I'm standing. So all I want him to do is I want him to do something like this or shoot that the entire time. The one thing I don't want him to do is jump and fly like that. As long as he doesn't jump and fly like that the entire time, we're good to go. But one last hit and I would have had a little bit of time save there, but he decided not to. It wasn't a bad stage though overall. Ray Fillet. Alright, gotta give a shout out to Ray Fillet. Okay, now we're going to Channel 6. Yep, Channel 6. Again, we're going to use Shogun for the stage. And Channel 6 music is on there now. Alright, and as you can see, Bugs from Turtles 1. Okay, there's a way to get a one cycle there. I just messed it up. And the reason why I messed it up is because I didn't get the sprint. Had I got the sprint, it would have been fine. But I didn't get the sprint jump. I got a little normal walk jump, and that was the reason why I didn't get that. Didn't get all three of them at once. But anyway, here we go. We're in the second part. There's like 3 parts of this stage, so here we are in the second part. Okay, more enemies to clear here. Now these are the flies from Turtles 1, and they have a little bit more of an idea here. If you get caught in one of these, they take you up in the air and then they drop you down, and it's not fun. Okay, Tournament Fighters, here we go. Killer Bee. Alright, Killer Bee. Killer Bee is an easy boss, but he's giving me bad RNG here. You don't want him to do this chainsaw action. You want him to stay right here in the middle, and just drop his chain gun, his chainsaw. And on the last hit, right before you knock him out, this foot soldier will jump out. And so if you do it just right with a jump slash, you will be just fine with knocking out Killer Bee and the foot soldier at the same time. Alright, here we go. We got Baxter Stockman, and his fight is pretty easy. he looks like the mixture of Turtles 4 with Turtles 2 going on here. He's got the Turtles 4 idea with how his gun is, but then he's also acting like in Turtles 2. So he's got a little bit of both that's going on right there. And it's a good little fight there. Here's Karai from Tournament Fighters. Oh man. She's probably one of the worst boss fights you can have in the game. And we'll tell you why in here in a second. We're just gonna ignore that pizza. Okay, Karai, you want to be at a safe distance, and if she does this jumping attack move most of the time, it's not the best. What we want to have her do is actually get her in her lightning thunder attack. There it is, right there. That's what we want her to do. And there is chances that you can get her to do that 3 times in a row and just destroy her. And then there's times where you get it like that, where it's like you could have had a great fight. They would have saved a bunch of time, but it didn't. Okay, so here we go. The again another time for the bonus stage where you get more lives. Again, we do the same one because this is actually the fastest one. I actually timed it. There's a special, there's like bonus stage practice in this game as well, and so we timed each one. I timed each one, and this was by far the fastest, like by at least 10 seconds to the next one. And so we pick this one every time, and the jumping consistently and dive kicking for it is consistent every time. So you don't have to worry about the RNG for it. It's the same thing every time. All right. Now we're into the swamp stage. This actually comes from Bayou Billy. So here we go. This stage here, this is a little fun stage though. I like the music soundtrack from the stage. It's a really cool little stage here. The boss fight in this stage is Leatherhead. Leatherhead is the boss fight in this stage, and he acts like the Turtles 4 Leatherhead. Let's just be real. If he acted like the Turtles 3 Leatherhead, it would probably be very difficult. Knucklehead, this is tough. This is tough. RNG here is not the greatest for a Knucklehead. He can give you some good patterns, and then he can not give you good patterns. What you want to do is you want to find the spot where he will just sit there and shoot his energy balls at you. And once you find that spot, you want to make that spot just stay in that spot. So that's where he lands every time. So once you find that spot, it's a good thing. Here's drones from Turtles 2 and basically Turtles 3. It's a mixture of both, as you can see. It's the nice little capsule that they come out in Turtles 2, but at the same time they act like the drones from Turtles 3. And that was a decent setup there. Alright, moving along. The Mega Mousers are easy to go through, but these guys here, again, coming from the Game Boy Advance version of one of the Turtle games, these guys, that's where these guys come from. Alright, nice parachuting down. Okay, now we're getting out to where we're fighting foot soldiers, and we gotta find Knucklehead. And again, we're trying to find the right spot for Knucklehead, and so we just did. And now we gotta knock him out. And I got hit the wrong way, and so that's why he couldn't. That's why, since he got knocked down the wrong way, I couldn't get the last couple of hits. So I could have had a 2-cycle there with Knucklehead. But here's Leatherhead. You just get into this nice little spot here in the corner, and you're just golden. As long as he doesn't do any of his normal, he's just punching me away. And I actually died here. That rarely happens, but no, most of the time you're probably doing pretty good if you're staying down that corner. Sometimes you can have really good RNG, or he can be punching a ton like he just did to me there in that stage. So, all right, now we're going to April's. This stage is very familiar with Turtles 2, and like I said, most of the stages are from Turtles 2. You'll notice that. So here's another Turtles 2 stage. And this is the first time you'll see Mousers in the game. And there's 5. All right. So now take out that last one on the guy's back, and then we're moving on. Here's another Mother Mouser idea here. Moving along. So the boss fight here is going to be Bebop and Rocksteady, and I'm going to utilize the spot glitch again because we haven't talked about the spot glitch in a while. But this is another stage where the spot glitch is useful. And so there's not many. I would say like about half of the boss fights utilize the spot glitch, and utilizing the spot glitch is, like I said, important for this run now. Like if you don't do the spot glitch, you're seriously wasting a few seconds on each stage now, because it's helpful for setup. It's helpful for your setup where you want to be, where you want to hit the bosses at, and all that good stuff. All right, so here we go. Here's a good opportunity. Here's a good RNG segment there where all 4 Roadkill Rodneys grouped together, and that rarely happens. It doesn't happen too often, but when it does, that means you're getting a good stage there. All right, so we're down to the end. This is again from Turtles 2, and I mean, if you were taking a look at the graphics, I mean, could you imagine playing Turtles 2 with these kind of graphics? That would be so much fun. The play. And there's the spot glitch. Got out of it. And I don't know if you heard my voice celebrating, but I got it. So now I've already got these guys set up right here. And so all I got to do now is just, just hack away. And so Rocksteady, and they do this same reactions from the arcade game where they run into each other when they do that, where they lower the shoulder and they attack. It's when they run into each other, they like bonk off of each other. They have that little idea. But here it goes. Here comes Shredder, and then April says, "Whap!" Nope. hits Shredder with the microphone she has in her hand. So there we go. All right, now sewer. We're down the sewer, and swamp. Not swamp. Van still to go. So we're gonna use Dirtbag for these next 2 stages here. Like I said, Dirtbag moves a lot quicker, and he actually gets through a lot of this platforming a lot easier than Shogun will ever do. Trust me, we've tried doing Shogun in different stages with the platforming. It just doesn't work, because getting to that mini boss fight where it's the frog from Turtles 1, as you can see, enemies from Turtles 1 in this stage, gets taken out easily with a special from Dirtbag. Okay, here is the Pizza Monster mini boss fight. We're going to try to get a nice little 1 cycle out of this. So you're going to hack away here, and then you're going to use your special, and when he jumps to the other side, bam, he uses his special. He gets hit by the rest of the special, but I missed it. Most of the time I'll get that one cycle there with the Pizza Monster, but that's okay. That's okay. It wasn't going to hurt. It's not going to hurt us too much in this stage here. As you will see here, it won't hurt us too much. Alright, so now we're getting to the Rat King fight. So the Rat King fight's next, and he's not friendly to RNG. Let's just put it that way. It's trying to get the spot glitch here, but it didn't work. And you can get the spot glitch in these certain spots, but it started to lag on me right there, as you can see. Because we're playing it on PC, we have a chance for a little bit of lag. If there's a lot of things going on my computer, and so we try to make sure that it's not going to be super laggy. But Rat King does this all the time. It will do a lot of jump kicks at him and stuff like that, and so it wastes a lot of time when you're trying to juggle him around while he's doing that. But we save Splinter. Look at that. We save Splinter. Okay, last bonus stage here. Again, the consistency every time. You will get this every time when you play the 1.1.0 version of this game. Alright. So again, picking up the pizzas. So this game's been out for over a year now. It was a fan-made game, and like I said, MersoX is the person who made this. This is a free fan-made game. that you can get. The current version, I believe, is 1.1.2, or it's 1.1.1, and it what those versions did is what they took away was the special from Shredder and Dirtbag, where you can't do the multiple hits with their specials, and that really slowed down the runs a lot and made us have to adjust how we approach the game. So those of us who still have, and you can still get the old versions as well through the Discord that we have. But as you can see now, this is the stage where I'm manipulating the special. And what I mean by manipulating it is by falling off the side and getting my green bar filled. And so Barney Stockman is very easy. You just do you do your special, and then you do a couple whacks and he's done. There's Barney. Barney didn't last very long. Alright, so again, I'm just going to use my special, take out the enemies, and then fall off the edge to refill my bar, and then just manipulate this over and over and over again. And there's the bubble copter, one go right there. One cycle bubble copter. And that was actually found from, I believe, L Rock and a couple other runners who started doing this game at the beginning stages of it. That's what they all found. And so I'm going to manipulate the special again by dying here and getting Chrome Dome. Boom, done. He's from Tournament Fighters, by the way. By manipulating the special so I can use it over and over and over again. Alright. Now you just think the game is over and we're done. Yay. Once again, our city was saved by those mysterious heroes, the Ninja Turtles. Yay! Congratulations. Turtle power! Cowabunga! Bop, 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 bop. Okay. Not really. So, here's the thing. There's a lot of nostalgia going on in this game. If you haven't picked it up yet as you've been watching this run, there's a lot of interesting things going on. There's a lot of TV show clips in here. There's a lot of different game clips in here. There's a lot of different stages. A lot of things going on in this game that really brings everything Turtles here into one thing, and it's a lot of fun to just even talk about that and even mention that. And I guarantee you, if you were to show this in the marathon, people would love it because they would just be like unbelievable. They would be surprised at how much different things are in this game, and like I can't even catch every little thing myself. And so there's probably things that somebody will catch that I haven't even seen yet in this game. And so here we go. We are using Dirtbag in the first Krang fight, and you're just fighting him a ton here at the beginning. You're getting inside, and this strat was all developed by me. This whole thing right here on this part of the stage. I was like, there's got to be a way to get through all of this a lot faster than what currently was found. And previous strats showed a lot of different ideas, but getting through everything in one go without having to use like specials or wait at the beginning, because we had to deal with that at the beginning. We were trying to figure out how that second part of the stage went, but it was a lot easier than it was. Alright, so here we go. Technodrome Scout will look very familiar from Turtles 1. Because it is. It's the Technodrome for Turtles 1. Alright, so we're not going to jump into this one. We're like in Turtles 1. We are going to do this, though. We are going to get onto this one little platform and just hack away at the eye, because that's the main spot to hit. And there we go. That is it. That stage could have gone a lot faster. The Krang beginning fight was not very good. So from here on out, I started to lose time a little bit on this but that's okay. Hey, there's the Turtles 4 little cinema action there. Okay, Shogun. I'm going to pick up Shogun here. Alright. And the Technodrome stage here, the first one, is from Turtles 3. So this is a stage from Turtles 3. And the cool thing is, I didn't know if I've ever mentioned this yet, but when you have foot soldiers popping in from anywhere, you can hit them immediately coming out of things, out of doors, out of those little traps there. And there's the C3POs. I like to call them C3POs. There's the first time you'll see them. And here's an interesting spot. So Krang likes his soaps. It's a fun little segment there. I would actually pause from commentating and just let everybody hear this because it's so funny to watch. It's so true to life, is what he says at the end there. And then he runs off. He's watching his soap operas. Alright. Nice little segue into the next part of the stages here. Alright. Moving on to the next part here. Alright, we got drones coming out of these TVs. And so sometimes the drones will be nice and sometimes they won't. And so this one I got a little bit lucky. I'm waiting for the third round to come in. There's three waves of them that come in, and that third wave took forever to come in. It's probably due to the fact that I didn't get the last one of the second wave down. But that's okay. Alright, so here we go. So again, a lot of different areas similar to the Turtles 3 area where they got these foot soldiers coming out. And we now understand why they're blowing up is because they're robots. Alright, so moving along, we'll have another boss fight. And it'll be boss fight Scaletail, who is going to be from one of the Game Boy games. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. I would like to say Radical Rescue, the third one. And so that will be the boss fight coming up, the mini boss fight here in this stage. And so we will fight him next. And in the meantime, like all of this stuff here, like this is where you could be reading off donations and stuff. There's many different areas where donations could be read and stuff because there's just little lulls in the action just like this where I'm just facing enemies and just knocking down enemies. There's nothing really like strategic going on here. It's normal beat 'em up game. It's a bunch of turtle beat 'em ups all put into one. So all I'm doing is just, you know, beating guys up in little areas here and there. Alright, so after these C3POs, we're going to face Scaletail. And Scaletail fight, I actually redeveloped this fight recently as well. The usual fight was going to the left side, but I decided to go to the right side, and I discovered something that is very interesting about this fight. So if you stay over here on the right side, he shoots out these fire orbs, and the fire orbs get caught in the wall, and they just drop down. And so they do absolutely nothing. So once you set them up on that side, the fight is super easy. Alright, now we're facing Turtles 3 Shredder here. And so what we're trying to do here is with this Shredder fight is we're trying to get him to a spot where he'll just jump to the side. And so he's jumping to the left side, as you can see. But then when he jumps to the right, then he messes up the pattern. So what we want him to do is we want him to jump to the left against the wall. And if we set him more further down, that's where we start seeing it the most. But I didn't do a very good job with setting that up right. I should have went further down on the screen than where I was standing. But that's okay. It was a decent fight. It still worked out. Alright, so now we're in the kitchen. Now we're in this kitchen part of the stage here. And we're going to be facing Pizza Face. As you can see, it's in my timer. Pizza Face is going to be the boss fight overall for this stage here. And his fight is ridiculously easy. But before we do that, we're going to be doing fighting some mutant pizzas. And the funny thing is if you need some health right here, you can pick up the pizza and get some health back. It's not like he really needed it at this point because Shogun's just a strong enemy, and it takes a lot of hits for Shogun to go down. And then we got some mutant bananas. And there's the last the last foot soldier is the one who has to come in, and then Pizza Face comes in. As you can see, Pizza Face is not hard. You actually just stand in one spot where, like I said, it's got a lot of Turtles 3 going on there, where I'm standing a few pixels below where he can actually hit me. He doesn't hit me at all. Alright, here they're tuning up the Mega Man mixed with Turtles 2. All right. No, we're not going to be playing Mega Man music because we are playing Turtles. All right, so here's some platforming. So you'll note here's some music um, from Game Boy Turtles. I believe this actually is coming from the first Turtles um, Game Boy game. There are not many references to the first game throughout this run. This is the only one, I believe. And the platforming with Shogun's a little bit tough. I tried platforming with Shogun, and it's not easy. As you can see, I'm struggling here. Shogun's not the best platformer. And then there we go. Hey, we finally did it. But the reason why I'm trying it out, I'm actually trying it out with Shogun for the first time. I believe I used it for my arcade run and got lucky with a lot of things here. But here's Scratch. He's from Turtles 3 Radical Rescue. He's from that Game Boy game. So the platforming for Shogun, as you can see, will not be the best idea here. I'm actually starting to lose time because I did so poorly. But this is the reason why we're actually using Shoguns for this part here. Is because he can actually take those enemies out pretty easily. He is also able to hit. He's also able to hit Mega Mauser very easily. But I'm already gonna lose a lot of time right here due to the fact that his platforming is not the greatest. All I got to do is just clean up the platforming on this stage, and this record will get demolished. But as you can see, I'm just jumping here. I'm gonna use a little bit of damage boosting from this guy right here. Oh, no, I didn't. It was the other one. That's right. And then this is why we use Shogun for the stage now, is because he can actually whip this big Mauser. I call him Mega Mauser really quickly from Turtles 1. And as you can see, the background is the Shredder fight from Turtles 1. And so I lost a good chunk of time due to the platforming. And so there's definitely time to save on that stage alone. I lost almost 20 seconds on that stage. Alright, here we go. We're going on to the final stage of the game, and we're going to be using again Shogun. The controller, so here's the interesting thing. The controller that's best for, at least from what I've gathered together, is the SNES controller. So I have a USB attachment for my SNES controller, and I was using my SNES controller for this game, and it runs pretty smooth. I thought it was pretty good. So if you have a SNES controller and want to play this game, this is the way to go. All right, ignore those. We are currently in Turtles 2 Technodrome right now. As you can see, again, Mausers are, I mean not Mausers, the Roadkill Rodneys. That laser there, those lasers can hit the Roadkill Rodneys and kind of help you out there. Didn't really help me out that time around, but they can actually do that. Here's the last time you'll see the freeze sprays. And again, just go up and down, and then they just appear. Great RNG is basically they appear 1, 2, 3, and they're done. Instead of waiting and going up and down. Worst case scenario is you're always going up and down waiting for them to pop up, but there's some scenarios where they actually pop up quickly. So it can save time for us if it happens that way. Alright, so we're going to do some Triceratons again. But these guys are a little bit easier. These guys get hurt pretty easily, so they don't knock you over like crazy like they did in the actual boss fight. Take out a couple more of these gunner soldiers here. And then one more with the kickers. Got the quad there. That's very rare. But now we get to face Roar, who's in Turtles Tournament Fighters. And this is where hopefully you get this RNG here. If he punches you like that, that can waste a little bit of time. And again, he hit me just like that again. And I died. Most of the time, I would say about 50-50, you have a chance of dying there on this stage. But again, you can see that the end of that looks like Turtles 2. Alright, so the initial fight here with Shredder and Krang is Turtles 2 looking. So here is that. Okay, you get to face both of these guys at once, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the two bosses together, so you're hitting both of them at the same time instead of swinging at one versus the other. And so I'm getting that right here, right now, with Shredder and Krang. Krang is down, and now I just gotta get Shredder. Shredder acting again like a little bit like the Turtles 3 Shredder. Krang is just normal Turtles 2, Turtles 3. Got that mix going on. Alright, so now the platform goes up, and then it changes from Turtles 2 to now Turtles 3 look. So this is the Turtles 3 look. And here we are. Turtles 3 look. Now we get this nice little thing. I can't remember what that called, but it will pour out the ooze on top of Shredder, and Shredder will now become Super Shredder from Turtles 3. Alright, so he's got a really easy strat here. If he does, he will do that most of the time. He will like shoot his electrical storm thing up in the air from Turtles 3, that special move he has. But if he doesn't do that like he did at the beginning, then you get him moving around. It's not fun. And so this is what I'm dealing with right now. But this is actually not bad. It could have been a lot better. I could have probably got a whole big time save if he would have just done the normal shoot up the lightning like he normally does. Most of the time you'll see him shoot the lightning. Alright, here comes Krang. This looks very similar to his Turtles 2 robot fight, but the RNG that we want him to do is do that shooting motion right off the bat, and he has some opportunity to do it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and that's like the best RNG you can get. The worst RNG you can get is him moving a ton like he's doing right now, but then he's shooting again, and I kind of want him to keep doing that, and he was about to for a second time in a row there, but if he does it back to back to back, that's the best RNG you can get, so you can knock him out, most of his health out, because once he starts moving, it's game over. Alright, now we're down to the very end. This is Cyber Shredder from Tournament Fighters. He's gonna be our final boss here. He's gonna come in two of them, just like in Turtles 2, what they would do. But it's the one on the left who's the important one. So we're gonna fight the one on the left, or at least try to get onto the one on the left here. So we're gonna fight this one, and you're gonna keep going, and you just keep hacking away. And you know, most of the time you won't die, but just so happened that I did die this time around. And you just keep them right here on the side, and boom, there it is. There it is. So as you can see, there's a lot of time I could have had saved here. I could have had an easy 55 with better ending to the game. And so it could be very possible that the record could get broken at the GDQ run. But that was the end of the game. That's the end right there. And so this is the run. This is Rescue-Palooza in a nutshell. This is a fun run. I would estimate this to 1 hour. I hold the world record for this game, and like I said, I found new strats to get through this game and to help lower the time on this. And it's definitely helped a ton to figure out like what you can do in this game. RNG wise, it's not bad. It's just the boss fights that are RNG based. Everything else is pretty much the same. Anything that involves a mini boss or a boss fight has the RNG. All the enemies spawn from same locations, all that good stuff. And so it's nothing really difficult about that. Now the cool thing is at the end of the game we get to listen to the Turtle Power, I believe it's the Turtle Power song. No, I'm trying to think. What was that song called? No, Pizza Power song. That's what we get to listen to. So at the end of the game we can listen to Pizza Power, have a good old time at the very end of the game. Like I said, the nostalgia of Turtles right here in this in this all in one game here. There's a lot going on here, and so um, listening to the music, all this different music from different stages are in the game, from different NES games, Game Boy games, TMNT, Turtles in Time, all that kind of stuff is all in this one game. And so all the nostalgia and everything that fans loved about Turtles is here in this game. And so you will not disappoint your viewers with this game at all. This game is a lot of fun to learn. Not a lot of people know about this game. Um, and it would be great to showcase this game for you all just because of how fun it is and how classic and everything about Turtles is about this game. And so I love to run it for you guys to show you guys how much fun it is, how much I love Turtles because I'm a turtle runner myself. Run the TMNT 2 obviously, and I've been running this game for a while myself. So um, please consider this run. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see all this fantastic stuff at the end. And so here's the ending. Kind of like what it does in Turtles 4. And so you get to read this nice little stuff at the end, and then there we go. There it is, the end. So there you go. There you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the run, and please consider this for AGDQ 2021. It's a very fun game, nostalgic game right here.